In this video, we discuss the different exceptions to Mendel's law. First, let us see the Mendel's law. First law, law of dominance. So, according to Mendel's law of dominance, characters are controlled by discrete factors, which he called as factors, and we now call it as genes. Factors occurs in pairs. These pairs are now known as alleles. In case of dissimilar pair, or in case of heterozygous condition, the one which is expressed is the dominant, and one which does not express is the recessive. So this law of dominance is used to explain the expression of only one parental character in F1, like Mendel did. Mendel crossed tall and dwarf, and he got only tall in F1, and the expression of both in F2. So he got both tall and dwarf in the ratio 3:1. So he used this law to explain why in F1 he got only one parent and a character, and in the second generation he got both the characters. Okay, let us see some exceptions to the law of dominance. First is incomplete dominance. So in this case, if you see, a red flower is crossed with a white flower, and instead of red in F1 generation we get pink flower. So as you can see here, Mendel's law of dominance is not followed. Now if you look at the cross in F2 generation, if this pink flower in F2 generation is selfed, in F2 generation we get one red, two pink and one white. That is, ratio is 1:2:1. The phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1. This also deviates from Mendel's ratio. Mendel's ratio was 3:1, in which he got 3 tall plants and 1 dwarf plant, but here 1 red flower, 2 pink flowers and 1 white. So 1:2:1 ratio. So this ratio is different from Mendel's 3:1 ratio. So incomplete dominance can be seen in a snapdragon flower, which is also known as a dog flower. So if you cross a plant with red flower with a plant with white flower, in F1 generation pink flower is obtained, and in F2 red, pink and white flowers are obtained in the ratio 1:2:1. So here we can see the the capital R gene or the dominant is not completely dominant, so that the red is not expressed in F1. A pink color is expressed in F1. Okay, next, multiple allelism. This is also another deviation from Mendel's. So Mendel had said that one gene has 2 alleles, but in many cases we have seen that one gene may have more than 2 alleles. So here the example of blood group is given, ABO blood group. Here one gene has 3 alleles, IA, IB and small I. So you can see the combinations that are possible with the help of these 3 genes. There are 6 combinations possible. First case, you can see IA, capital A, we get A blood group, IAIB, AB blood group, IA small I, this is also A blood group because small I is the recessive, and both IA and IB both are dominant. And next we get IB, IA, this is also AB blood group, IB is B blood group, IB small I is B blood group, and if both homozygous recessive, then you get O blood group. Okay, similarly another deviation from Mendel's law is codominance. Codominance is basically the dominance of both the alleles. Now what Mendel said that in heterozygous condition, when there are 2 different types of alleles, one allele will be dominant and another will be recessive. But in many cases we see that both the alleles are expressing. So both are dominant and both are expressing. So that is called codominance. So if you see in this diagram, this is a red cow and a white cow are crossed. You can see both the colors are expressing, red and white. So both are dominant. Similarly, if you go back to the blood groups, if you see the example of AB blood group, so in AB blood group you will find that both IA and IB, these 2 alleles both are dominant, so both of their characters are expressed in the blood group. So AB blood group is an example of codominance. So these are some of the exceptions to Mendel's law of dominance. Now let us go to the second law, Mendel's law of segregation. Now this law is based on the fact that the alleles they do not show any blending, and both the characters are recovered in F2 generation even if one of the character is not present in F1 stage. So from the diagram, as you can see, the alleles they separate during gamete formation. Okay, so you can see these are the pair of alleles. So when gamete formation takes place, only one of the pair will be present in the gamete. Though the parents contain two alleles during gamete formation, the factors or the alleles they separate from each other, and one gamete will receive only one of the allele, not both of them. Okay, now let us see if there is any exception to this law. Now Mendel's law of segregation is considered to be a very universal law and it does not have exception. Still, we find some deviations, especially in case of haploid organism. This law basically is applicable for diploid organism, but this law does not apply to haploid organism. As you know, haploid have only one set of chromosome. Okay, now this law will also be not seen. This law of segregation will also be not seen in case of non-disjunction. Non-disjunction is basically a genetic defect in which the chromosomes may not separate during gamete formation, and there this can be called as the exception to Mendel's law of segregation, though we consider Mendel's law of segregation to be one law where there are no exceptions. Now let's go to the third law of Mendel, that is law of independent assortment. This law states that when two pairs of traits are combined in a hybrid, segregation of one pair is independent of the other pair. So in this example, if you see here, when Mendel took round and yellow seeds and he crossed it with the wrinkled and green seed, he found combinations that he did not take, that is round and green. This combination was not present in parental types, and wrinkled yellow, this was also not present in parental types. So he explained this by saying that these two characters are independent of each other. That means round seed and yellow color, the round shape, the shape of the seed and the color of the seed, these two characters are independent of each other, and that is why the round could combine with green and the yellow could combine with wrinkles. So that was the law of independent assortment. This was based on this dihybrid cross which got the ratio 9:3:3:1. Now let's see what are the exceptions to this law. Linkage. So linkage is basically when the genes are located very close by in a chromosome. Say a single chromosome has two genes which are located close to each other, the chances of crossing over becomes less. So when the chances of crossing over becomes less, this Mendel's dihybrid ratio, that is 9:3:3:1, does not occur, and what happens is we get more parental combinations than recombinants. Okay, so let us see this with the help of this diagram. So you can see, let us see the second case. What happens when normally when crossing over takes place? So you can see there are these two sister chromatids. In case of meiosis, you know, meiosis in prophase 1 crossing over takes place. Say for example, the crossing over has taken place. The alleles in the first, say the red colored chromosome is capital A and capital B, while the alleles in the blue colored is small a and small b. Say these two genes are located on the sister chromatids. Now say you can see when meiosis 2 has taken place, you can see what are the combinations. You can see there are equal number of non-recombinant, that is parental combination we can call, and you can see there are recombinants also. Okay, capital A small b and small a capital B, these are the recombinants. So if crossing over takes place, there will be both parental combination and recombinants. But let us come to the first case when no crossing over takes place. Now consider these two genes, the same sister chromatids, but consider these two genes A and B are located very close to each other, so that there is no crossing over between them, or the chances of crossing over is very less, and there has been no crossing over. So what happens is that when no crossing over takes place, what you see here is that you get only parental combination, you get no recombinance. So when there is no recombinance, what will happen? You get only parental combination. So linkage, when linkage is there, you will not get the ratio of 9:3:1 that Mendel got in case of dihybrid ratio, where 9 and 1 was the parental combination and 3 plus 3 were the recombinants. 9 was round yellow and 1 was wrinkle green that he took as parents, and this 3 was round green and wrinkle yellow, which he did not take, but he got this. We call them as recombinants. So here you can see, if there is no crossing over, there will be no recombinants, and therefore we can call this as linkage, and this is a deviation of Mendel's law of independent assortment. Okay, now Mendel also said that one gene control one character, like Mendel said that say stem height is controlled by a gene which has two allele, capital T and small t. Okay, but we see many cases in which one gene may control more than one character. So you can see in this diagram, say this is the gene and it is controlling many effects. So this phenomenon is known as pleiotropy. So pleiotropy occurs when one gene influences two or more seemingly unrelated phenotypic traits. Such a gene that exhibits a multiple phenotypic expression is called pleiotropic gene. Let us see an example. So this is the example of sickle cell anemia. So sickle cell anemia, one of the there is a defect, point mutation, in which there is a defect in the gene which produces hemoglobin, so that the hemoglobins are sickle shaped. So in this case, if you see, defect in one gene can lead to so many different types of phenotypic changes. So there is the breakdown of RBC cells, there is the clumping of cells, there is accumulation of sickle cells, there is physical weakness, anemia, heart failure, pain and fever, brain damage. So the defect, that is, here you can see a single gene change has led to so many different types of phenotypic changes. So one gene, many characters, that is pleiotropy. Another exception to one gene, one character hypothesis is polygenic inheritance. Here, one character is influenced by more than one gene. For example, skin color or height of a person. Here, one character is controlled by more than one gene. So let us take the example of skin color. Skin color is controlled by three genes, which is named as D1, D2 and D3. So in this case, first case, if you see very light, which we call as albino, they have three genes are in recessive condition. If all the three genes are in recessive condition, then we have this condition which is called albino. And if three genes are in dominant condition, homozygous dominant, then we have this very dark color. And in between we get difference and different shades of colors that you can get by different combinations. So here the different shades that we can see of skin color is because that the skin color is controlled by more than one gene, that is about three genes. So this is an example of inheritance where one character is controlled by three genes. So these are some of the exceptions to Mendel's law that we have discussed.